there is a Segula to say over a story of the Baal Shem Tov. So I got this source from one of my rabbis in Brooklyn, Rabbi Yeshua Zeitling, rabbi from the Hasidim, brought down in Yeshuot Yisrael Amud Kuf Lamed Hey. I'm going to read in Hebrew and then we're going to translate it. Let's begin. Pa'am achat ra'u et Baal Shem Tov boche bechi gadol. They saw the Baal Shem Tov crying greatly. V'achar kach ra'u oto sameach simcha gdola. Then they saw him very happy. V'yash'eluhu hagadol shebal tamidav da'agid lo ma haya bechi harav batchila. So the bigger student went to him. I guess they were afraid to ask the Baal Shem Tov a question. You know, I have rabbis today that you get scared to ask him a question. You just, so the biggest student went over and asked him why he was crying. He goes, why were you laughing afterwards? I was sitting and it came to my heart. Me and Eliyahu Navi studied. We both studied by Achiyah Shiloni. He's the rabbi of Eliyahu Navi Zahulatov. So Eliyahu Navi was zoche that every time that they speak on him, Omrim alav Zahulatov. They say on Eliyahu Zahulatov. There's a few reasons why we say Zahulatov. One of the main reasons is that when Eliyahu Navi came the Navi, many of the times he came, the subsequent events were not great. There sometimes were calamities or catastrophes. So when we mention Eliyahu Navi, we say Zachur Letov, that when he does arrive, it's going to be for a good omen, not like you might have referenced in the past of the Navi, that when he came, some of the events were not so great. So here we mention it to change that. V'anochi ach sipuri ma'asiyot yisapru mimeni. So the Baal Shem Tov says, I want also my stories to be sent over. So I cried and I prayed to Hashem. When a Jew gives over my stories, something of spiritual story of the Baal Shem Tov, yasig yeshua beruchnaniuto, ve'im benogea legashmiyut, yasig yeshua begashmiyuto. When you give a story of spirituality of the Baal Shem Tov, then you're going to get a yeshua and spirituality and also gashmiyut. Interesting. And I prayed on this. Shamati machnizim b'shamayim. I heard that they were saying in the heavens, Ki chol ish asher ya'amin. Anyone who's going to believe, Yisrael ben Sarah, who's the Baal Shem Tov, Ki kol avodato va'amalo haya ach leto'elet Yisrael b'chlal b'frat. That all of his actions were for the benefit of Klal Yisrael. V'daber mimenu b'tchilat hashavua. And you'll speak the story in the beginning of the week, in Motzei Shabbat. Yeh hashavua. That means that week he's going to have a week of success and revach, of profit. And if you say the story in the beginning of the month, then that whole month will be blessed. If you speak about me in the beginning of the year, which we are in now, and you have a beautiful year. Say a story of the Baal Shem Tov. I became extremely happy. Ki gam kasher ehye ba'olam ha'elyon yevashu b'nei Yisrael bigladi. They will be saved because of me. Ken ya'amod lanu zechut kedushato asher nibasher bechol tov sela. So that's the Ma'amar brought down, that's saying a story over of the Baal Shem Tov in the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, the beginning of the year is a Segula for a lot of Yeshua and Revacha. So get yourselves a book on the Baal Shem Tov, one that's properly sourced, and say it over. That's the Segula.